want to say, we always want to get better. And there are ways, more than any other city in America, that the federal government can help the District of Columbia. Our city is unique. Our prosecutor is a federal prosecutor. Our judges are appointed by the President of the United States. And by the way, we have 15 vacancies in the Superior Court, which we need to go down to the Congress for approval. We have 2 vacancies in the Court of Appeals, which we need to go down. So anytime you have a backlog in the courts, you have delayed justice and people are less safe. Our council has also worked cooperatively with me to change our local laws to hold people accountable. And one of the best pieces that we have moved has allowed us to hold violent offenders, people who use guns, to hold them pre-trial. And since we moved that emergency in 2023, we've seen shootings and homicides precipitously drop. So we know we're holding the right people and holding the right people accountable. There's more to do. We need judges. You heard Janine Pirro says she needs prosecutors, and we need police in D.C. I'd like to hire 500 great people over the course of the next several years to get our numbers where they need to be. And D.C. is hiring. So if you're interested in policing in the best city in the world, please reach out to us.
Mayor Bowser, you talked about how the National Guard in D.C. is the president's National Guard. You talked about the possibility that he could send them out into the streets of D.C. That would seem to be quite provocative and disruptive to the people who live there. How provocative would that be if the president did indeed send in the National Guard?
Well, you know, I'm concerned about that for this reason. I have the ability to call on the National Guard by making a request to the Department of Defense. And they're not law enforcement officials. These are men and women who leave their families to serve our country, and that is just not their primary role, to enforce local laws. So I'm concerned about that. I'm concerned about them not being used efficiently, and I just think that's not the most efficient use of our Guard. But as I said, that's the president's call about how to deploy the Guard. And you are right to be concerned about just the presence of being provocative in communities, sometimes communities that can feel harassed and attacked. And my message to our constituents is